in like a million communities. You really don't think there's undercover cops around here? Really?
No, I don't
Tough
think
time
they
to
are.
believe it.
I know a
know,
lot of people
man.
like to say that, but I don't think they are. I think they got much bigger things to do. But I was listening to your live while I was cooking dinner. I was hoping you stayed live by the time I was done. So I think you're missing a couple of key points
All right, let's
of
get.
this whole clue thing. I get what you're saying 100%. I completely understand, what's the big deal saying a word. I've said a couple of things here and there. People named me racist. I laugh it off because I know I'm not, blah, blah, blah. So I get that. And I get that that's the way you're seeing it. But this is way deeper than that. There's a difference between, let's say, someone like Morbid who makes racially charged comments because he's a dick. Someone, just for like shock value.
Yeah, he does. He does. Absolutely.
Living in Alabama, you know what I mean. There's true racism. And you can tell the difference by the things they say. It's not just one thing. And some of the things that I heard people get mad at Clue about, I was like, it's not a fucking big deal. It's a joke. So I wasn't so like, oh my God, let's ban her for this. But when you look at the culmination of everything she said and the way she said it and the group she was in, this is true racism. This isn't someone saying something or someone making a joke or someone, stating one comment. This is like to the core, Hitler is king, that kind of racism.
I didn't see all of it, so it may got worse than I saw.
No, but like one girl said to her, "Oh, hello, my Nazi sister." Another one said like, and I watched it, and another one said, if I can't talk about Jews, if I can't talk about something and Jews, then there's no point. Something like that. But nobody who's not racist says something like that. It's one thing to make a joke like, did you turn the oven on at 350? I can see that as being a joke. I took that as personally that, that was referring to the Holocaust from the level of conversation, that it wasn't about the oven, about a baby. It was more leaning towards the Holocaust. That's how I took it. But maybe that's my Jewish background. I don't know. But it doesn't seem like anyone else took it like that. That's how I took it. But
See, I missed that then.
A lot of little things that were very more than just a comment, more than just, oh, she's being, she said racist things or she doesn't like blacks. It was just a combination of a lot of things that just made you realize this is not someone for shock value. This is true racism at its finest.
And I will say this. I went and thumbed through some of the JB Gunner stuff. Look, there are actually some. Boy, I'm gonna catch shit for this. There are some things that I just scanned through. Keep in mind, the guy's got 40,000 fucking videos. I hit on a couple of topics that I at least knew about in the title. That some of the shit he says, I agree with. However, some of his delivery, I understand what he's going for. But here's the thing: you have to know your audience. You have to read the room. And while I think that when it comes to comedy, when it comes to, I don't think anything's off limit. I don't. I think the First Amendment is there for a reason. I understand that sometimes blowback can happen from it, but I feel the First Amendment encompasses everything. I mean, even the worst of the worst. Because the way I look at it is, and I know a lot of people in the political arena agree with this, that the First Amendment was not created so you can be civilly protected from telling people how much you love them and how great and wonderful they are. It was written to protect you for the absolute worst shit you could possibly spew from your face. It was to protect that. So I kind of, I can go with that, but she has to know in this community. And I find it kind of funny that he does it in this community because the first channel I found was JB Gunner True Crime Time or some shit like that. So clearly he's moonlighting in the true crime community. How the fuck does he not know that there's some shit over here that you just can't say, man? And I can't believe she doesn't know that. She came out of nowhere, has 12 fucking thousand subs, 2,000 people in her chat at all times, and how did you not know that that was not going to come back to haunt you? I don't understand. I don't get it.
Can I just clear something up so people don't have failure? Yesterday, during this, what I call fake outrage, but during this outrage on Granny's Watching's panel, there's a lot of things that people say that they really don't realize is racist. So, or racist undertones. So while some of them were having this conversation about, what's racism, Grandma Sherry, in a very weird way, in a very innocent way, and I even prefaced it with, I like Grandma Sherry, so don't think I'm pointing her out. But it was very interesting as she was saying, I think it was her that said it, that if someone broke into my house, maybe like what she was trying to say is if a black person broke into her house, obviously she would have a problem with them. Or if an Asian person broke into her house, she would have a problem with them. She was saying something along those lines. But she was basically implying that if black people broke into her house and nobody said a word. So my point that I was trying to make was that was a racist comment, whether she realizes it or not. And yet all of these racist, righteous do-gooders, nobody caught it. And it was very strange how nobody caught it. No, you didn't say a black person, but you implied it. And it's perfectly fine the way you did it. If you listen to it again, you'll know what I'm saying. And go listen to it. You'll know exactly what I'm saying. She didn't say black person. She implied it. Go listen to it. You don't believe me? Go listen to it.
Yeah, I have no idea what we're talking about.
You'll know exactly what I'm saying.
Oh, look at this.
All these people could be in an uproar that I didn't say it, but if you watch it, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And not one person said a word, and I was laughing. We were kind of funny.
Oh, fuck. We're getting a couple of them now and have a fucking full house. Let's go ahead.
Granny's watching. Go listen to it. You'll know exactly.
Oh, was Granny's watching? Okay. What did she say so racist all of a sudden? Where's everybody coming for her at? I totally didn't know anything about this shit.
Something to do with a comment of a black token child talking about what's her name? Natasha Cooper's niece or something like that.
Natasha Cooper's still around? Fuck. Nobody fucking removed her from the platform again. Jesus.
Hi, guys.
How are you, Miss Green?
I'm wonderful, Willow. How are you?
Fantastic, sweetheart.
Hey. All my haters, no one was in here before I jumped on. And now all of a sudden they all come running in.
What? I'm not your hater. You know that.
No, I didn't say
you. Do you have a clip? Do you have a clip of Grandma Sherry being racist? I'd like to hear it. I'd like you to send it to Willow so we can share it.
Before even the clip, I would just like to say that, Laura, I don't know if you understand how much you hurt Grandma Sherry by calling her a racist.
I didn't call her a racist. That's not what I said.
That's how she took it.
This is how shit gets fucking twisted in this community. I never, ever called her a racist. Not even implied she was a racist. Ever.
You just did. I heard it with my own two ears. You assumed she meant a black person broke into her home.
I said,
what else is that going to indicate?
Comment. There's a big difference between being a racist and making a racist comment.
I'll concede to that, but I would like to hear the racist comment. Listen
to it.
Show it. You're the one up here claiming it, so show it. Send it to Willow, and you'll play it, and you can show it.
Jones has the timestamp and everything already loaded up. Like, I have no idea what we're talking about. Jonesy, could you come up here and share it real quick? Like, if you're busy, that's cool. I'll get somebody else to snatch it real quick and bring it up. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Granny is something I have to watch on replay because she feels the need to go live at fucking 6:45 in the fucking morning. That's usually when I'm going to bed with some kind of ASMR whispery tapping shit and smoke a bunch of weed and just pass the fuck out. I usually listen to her sometimes while I'm going to sleep. But Steph, how are you, sweetheart? Good to see you. Fantastic, man. I actually saw you and TNT. I was in the bushes. I was there. I missed the hell out of y'all, man. Like, I looked forward to the fucking TNT Steph fucking throwdown. Like, I ain't gonna lie, y'all might be some of the most thorough receipt getters ever. When it comes time to slay somebody's ass, dude, Jesus.
Get that grandma receipt, please, if Johnson don't have it.
Okay, I didn't see if Jones had said anything back yet. Where'd she go? She said she can. Give her just a second. Cool. Thank you, sweetheart. See, Steph, I could get her in trouble by saying this. She was one of the first people that ever came to me and said, all right, so, I'm real anxious to see how you navigate this. She goes, because you're trying to be so nice to everybody that usually that just ends with you pissing off everybody. She's been kind of spot on, man. I've had both scenarios play out. She definitely forewarned me of a lot of shit, man. When I first got here, she was pretty spot on. I ain't gonna lie. Her and Cosmic too, man. And when I met Cosmic, that was not on good terms. Actually, I'll give you a hint. If you're looking for that clip of me, it has to do with Cosmic. I'll tell you right where you can find it. Why? Because I know good and damn well. That's why I don't subject to the idea at all. I do not subscribe to the idea that you get to decide who I am. I know who I am. You can have your opinion about me. You can believe what you want to believe about me. You can have your perception about me. But I am quite positive that I'm not a racist. I'm quite positive that I'm not homophobic. When I say things to this day, because this was the generation I grew up in, when I look at my buddy and say, are you fucking crying? Dude, are you fucking crying? We're watching Forrest Gump. Are you fucking crying? Bro, you're being gay. Stop. That is not in any form or fashion in my mind am I sitting there going, boy, you see that? You see that? Watch me. I really showed all them gay people, didn't I? Let me show the gays. Quit being gay, bro. Like, it didn't even cross my fucking mind. The only one thinking about that is you. It doesn't mean shit to me. I don't think anything about it. It's not meant to be offensive. I'm not aiming at anybody. I think maybe had Pluminati said that shit to an actual gay man and stood there and threw it on a gay guy, then I can maybe go with it. But to the best of my knowledge, Smokey over here, I don't think he's gay. Although it would be funny if he was, because then I could make like jokes about blowing smoke, but that's neither here nor there. I don't know him. I don't know anything about him, and I just don't think it was that big a to-do. Now, the racist shit, obviously I haven't seen it all. All I saw was the mud shark comment. I wasn't even versed in what the fuck that was. I learned me something yesterday. I guess I need to go back and see the Mind Holocaust segment. I apparently missed it. But Grandma Sherry, you were up, sweetheart?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes,
Hi,
ma'am.
Grandma. She's sick, so please bear with her and let her speak.
Oh, shit. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It happens. I was out in public. No, I'm not upset at Laura. I'm not upset at Laura. It's just that I went back and listened to it because I was sick yesterday too. But I went back and listened to it because I could have said something. But what I was talking about was that in the country right now, we don't have anything anymore that we agree on anywhere.
Nothing.
And I was quoting the Declaration of Independence preamble where it said that we hold these things to be self-evident, which means that everybody agrees. These are self-evident, that, everybody has unalienable rights and to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So what I was saying is that the divide in the country and in just people in general, I use, excuse me, hang on.
I fucking hate being sick. I feel horrible about that. I'm sorry.
Sorry about that. No, but I use the example of the difference between California government, Florida government. And I was going for, some things are self-evident, like self-protection, protect the children. I said, if somebody broke into my house, I'm going to shoot them. I'm going to protect my children. And so I guess because the conversation was not just about racism or blacks or Jewish people or anything. It was about homophobia. It was about racism. It was about bigotry in general and hate speech. And so I was kind of cut off there. So if you're listening to it and you're thinking along the lines of just racism, I can understand where Laura may have misinterpreted that.
Let me also state, I also said that I wasn't 100% sure it was even you that I heard, but that seems to be wiped out. I said that yesterday and I said that again today, but nobody seems to have heard.
Did you say it up here?
I said it up here, yes.
She said it up
Sorry
here.
if I missed it.
No, that's all right. No, it's things like that when they're miscommunicated or they're misheard or they're misunderstood. And I usually am when I'm on panel, I'm easy to talk over. And so I never really get a full thought out. And I'm just at a point right now where I feel like, who gives a hell what I say? So I wanted to go up there. And
I understand, Grandma Sherry. My point was, though, that everyone's having all this outrage over all of these things that were some were intense. Don't get me wrong. Some were way wrong, but some of them were not life shattering. And when I was listening to the panel, there were certain things that had, I was accused of undertones or certain undertones of, saying something wrong. That was my point of pointing that out.
Yeah, no, I understand because they brought up something you had said about black men marry white women. And I've heard you talk about it and you've talked about peer-reviewed studies and all of that, but and it's a selective thing. It's like anything in marketing or whatever. I'm not going to
makes a chinky comment. Nobody said a word. Nobody has said a word.
I did.
Yeah. But I'm saying I don't see any chat saying it. Nothing. It just goes.
But that was kind of my point either. There's a pecking order, and we know there's a pecking order. People don't care about Chinese people.
Say whatever they want. As soon as they don't like someone, every single thing they say is a target. That was my whole point in all of this.
That is true too.
Yeah, but I fucking love Asians.
My point to say about Asians, where Asians don't get the love when it comes to the offensive side of shit because they all make more money than us and they're smarter than us. That's absolutely a fact. That's why Asians don't get that. You don't get the outrage from Asians when people say horrible shit about oh, he had his turn signal on for the last 2.5 miles. Gee, I wonder who's driving. That kind of shit.
You know, 1 in 3 Asians deal with racism and abuse.
Oh, well, also, I know that people think it's a white-black issue about affirmative action, the whole schooling thing. No, that was punishing Asian people. Asian people are the ones that were losing out on that deal. My stupid cracker ass wasn't getting into Harvard no fucking way. Lee Wing over here was.
Recently, meaning within the last, I think it was a year, they were hate targeted big time.
Oh, shit. My bad, Jonesy. I didn't know you had to do that. And this whole time it showed you up here twice as though it was some kind of glitch in the Matrix. I didn't know I had to actually add your fucking screen like it's a third party. It's like, shit, why is she up here twice? And what the fuck is she watching backstage? Oh, I'm supposed to do that. Fuck.